All right, so it's Marquise Martin Hayes. This is day two. We're talking about going deep. We're talking about self-awareness. Really quick, just to give you a quick background. I'm an international best-selling author. I get to communicate and train executives around the world through the company that I work with. I also get to speak around the world in different groups. I love what I do. I help people discover who they really are so they can stop being misidentified by all the little things: money, job, where you live, car you drive, spouse, all those things that have nothing to do with who you actually are, your real value. Because if those things change, then what would happen? Would you be redefined? That's why your innate self-awareness is your greatest gift. All right, today we're going to dive into unpacking the idea around values. The question of the day yesterday was, who are you? And all of this is centered around discovering who you are. The question of today is, what values do I hold that I would defend even if everyone I knew disagreed with me? Great question. Before you answer that question, and I imagine you probably tried to, according to Miguel Ruiz in the book, The Four Agreements, you don't even believe what you believe. One of the most amazing phrases I've ever heard in my life. He said, you don't believe what you believe what you believe because you've never had an equal opportunity and experiences with a contrary belief to then make a choice. Woo-hoo! Good stuff. All right, let's dive in. When we talk about a value, I want to share and be open and frank with you. I grew up in a bubble. So I grew up in a Christian religious bubble. And that's not knocking Christianity. That's just saying what it is. I grew up in a bubble, which meant pretty much how I thought, how I moved, how I chose had to fit in that bubble. And when something contrary to that bubble was present in me, or I wanted to believe, it was shut down. It was told I didn't believe. It was basically considered something's wrong with you. All of us have had those experiences. The question I have for you is, what is that thing for you? Because I know that my values were given to me. They derived when they became mine. So they were given to me through my bubble, and then their true ones really derived as I lived life, experienced, and began to unpack who I really am and what I really believe. Once you understand that value or those values, it begins to give you insight into who you really are. Because that value isn't just an idea. It may be something that you need to defend. It may be something you need to protect and protect others. And it may also be something you use to expand truth or expose the underworld so that people heal and grow and expand. That's probably your unique bring and thought and value to the world. What's that value that you would defend? Write it down. It's going to begin to help you unpack who you really are.